prosecutors are asking a judge to revoke Young Thug's probation immediately. So this is what we know about this. In a new motion, prosecutors claim the rapper has demonstrated a blatant disregard for the law and the safety of witnesses since his sentencing in the YSL RICO trial. The motion says that he used social media to intimidate witnesses, including a gang investigator whose address was posted online, leading to a violent threat, including one against Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. Young Thug replying on X, saying in part that he does not make threats to people and would never condone threatening anyone.
Career my whole life for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Something I really ain't did. Like I really don't got no part of. And then you got people calling you every day, and you got comments on the internet saying you gonna get a RICO, and you like I don't even think people know how serious that is.
You went from 4 PF to glass ceiling, and obviously
glass window.
Glass window. Right.
And of course, 4 Pockets Full had to come to an end.
Why you say of course?
Because all the that be going on and I had to start learning that other people actions I could be held accountable.
What up? This is Rap HITZ, and so Lil Baby is looking like he's gonna have a RICO put on him. I had reported on this a while ago, and people thought that he was cool and that wasn't gonna happen, but now it's all heating back up and more information is coming out that yeah, there really is a target on Lil Baby for a RICO, and with his 4 PF crew plus with Young Thug. We're gonna get into that as well, because Young Thug might be headed back to jail. He's done some things since he's been out that got him into some trouble, where Fonnie Willis has filed legal paperwork to revoke his probation. So let's get into it. First, with Lil Baby, I mean, it's not looking good for him, but with Lil Baby, I mean, I'm not really thinking he was involved in a lot of the stuff they're trying to put on him. They're trying to act like he, you know what I'm saying, was putting tickets on some ops, you know what I'm saying, to have them wiped out. And there's talks that there is a teller, someone who was telling on 4 PF ended up unalive. And so plus with that incident with the 2 kids at their birthday party. So there's a lot of stuff going on with Lil Baby that they're accusing him of. So they're wondering, you know, I guess there were some wiretaps. And in those wiretaps, I guess there's, you know, well, I should say alleged wiretaps, there's accusations that there's talks about Lil Baby wanting to put tickets on certain people, and, you know, so these people might have been wiped out, you know what I'm saying, slumped and stuff. So they're trying to paint that on Lil Baby, but from what I've been hearing, it's not clear if it's him actually putting a ticket on someone or if it's his crew was talking about it, you know what I'm saying, Lil Baby. You know, it doesn't sound like it's direct. That's what I'm getting at. It don't sound like it's a direct wiretap to where he's specifically saying to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, put this bag and make this happen. You know what I'm saying? It sounds more like, you know what I'm saying, third party stuff. They wasn't really being super clear about what was being talked about. So, but we'll see what happens with this, because, you know, Fulton County on him in Atlanta. They own him. And Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying, that's why he was shook. He was talking about it. He was saying, like, he ain't 4 PF no more. You know what I'm saying? If he's thinking he can separate himself from, you know, 4 PF, which is his label. I guess it's like OTF, and Dirk was OTF, Lil Baby was 4 PF. So 4 PF means 4 pockets full. And it sounds like he tried to make it sound like OTF. From what it sounds like, cause then I think Lil Durk came out first. Yeah, he came out way before Lil Baby got on. So Durk had OTF. I think Lil Baby thought that sounded cool and came up with an acronym for his own thing to sound similar. But now he's trying to separate himself from that, thinking that's gonna save him. So the thing with 4 PF, I don't even know of any real artists that Baby had. You know what I'm saying? What artist did he have? I know he had 42 Doug. Somehow he was involved with 42 Doug getting on, but then 42 Doug signed with Yo Gotti and CMG. So what's to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he sell him to Yo Gotti or something? Because, I mean, there was talks that it sounded like, you know what I'm saying, 42 Doug was Lil Baby's artist, because I don't know not one artist on 4 PF. You know what I'm saying? So what really is 4PF then? If that's a label, because with Dirt, with OTF, he actually had artists. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of artists. So where's Lil Baby's artists? You know what I'm saying? What, they just not known, they're not popular, or what? He's not really helping them get on like that, because all he would have to do is do a song with them, just like he did with 42 Doug. He did 42 Doug and Lil Baby had a song, and that's when people first learned about 42 Doug, is when they did that. I don't remember the name of the song, but that's what helped put 42 Doug on. So why don't, if Lil Baby has artists on 4PF, why don't he do a song with them? Because I really don't know not one artist out of 4PF, and that's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? So what really is that label? Is it more of a, it almost sounds like it could be like some street stuff. Does he have all the street people, you know what I'm saying? Is it a way to put them on? And that's what they, you know, Atlanta's own a lot of the artists in Atlanta, like Fulton County and Fannie Willis and all them. Looks like Fannie Willis is behind this RICO, and there's a lot of talks now that this is gonna happen within like 60 to 90 days. So sometime this, you know, by the summer, by midsummer, I would say by July, you'll probably see a Lil Baby RICO. And, you know what I'm saying, who was this one telling? I guess someone was telling it, they ended up unalive, so this is not looking good for Baby. And, I mean, at this point, was he really involved in the stuff? Because why would an artist that's own be involved in street activity? You know what I'm saying? When you got the life to live right now, you know what I'm saying? So you live your best life, how you gonna get tangled up in this stuff? So I'm thinking more like how it is with Lil Durk, where he just surrounded himself with the wrong people and he's getting caught up in it. And that's kind of what he was saying in that interview with Lil Yachty, saying basically, Baby was basically saying, yeah, you know, he's getting caught up and wrapped up in all this. Just, it sounds like just because who he's around. You try to bring your, you know, your street, your block with you, and put them in position to win, and then they still street. So you hanging around your block, you know, the people you grew up with, and they still own that. And you trying to put them in your label and give them positions in your label, and then they getting you jammed up and all this stuff. That's how I'm looking at it. But with Young Thug spoke out, and he's talking about, you know what I'm saying? Basically, he's saying they put a target on Lil Baby, like this is unfair. Young Thug's been on social media just really trying to defend Lil Baby, and you know, he's saying like, you know, why y'all doing this to bro? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all doing this to bro? Cause he ain't do nothing. Basically, he's trying to say. I'm paraphrasing and all, but Young Thug was sticking up for his homie Lil Baby. Lil Baby put Young Thug on his first song since he's been out. His first song and video. Young Thug act like he don't know how to put out any videos or anything. Like he's been really quiet, and I see it as lazy. I mean, I guess he's waiting to get all his stuff together to make sure he has the biggest impact, but now he might end up locked up, and that might not ever happen now, because he might have to sit down for a while, because Fannie Willis and them trying to revoke his probation. Young Thug has paperwork filed already, so he could end up in jail over the weekend or today even, like, depending on what the judge decides. So I don't know how long it's gonna take. It could take a week, you know, a few weeks or something too. You never know, but they're on the way to try to revoke Young Thug's probation, and you know what I'm saying, if that happens, he's gonna be sitting down. I mean, if he gets revoked, they're saying that he can get a sentence of like 17 years, but usually I think when they revoke, I'm believing that he'll probably sit down for maybe a few months to a year, you know what I'm saying, most likely. And then they'll let him back out and see if he messes up again, type stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's how I think it usually works. I doubt he's gonna get like the full 17-year sentence, although he had a crazy plea deal where it sounded like he's facing some time if they want, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see them giving him like 17 to 25, like they like that paperwork, but we'll see. It sounds like he didn't have the best plea deal agreement. You know what I'm saying? But he's been on social media wilding out and disrespecting, I guess, the DA. They're taking it as disrespect. He's saying, like, you know what I'm saying, this the worst person type stuff. We're talking about the DA that's going after Baby. Trying to, I think he said the biggest liar in the office, you know. And he had a picture of one of the DA members. And then also the Fulton County and the police department was upset that Young Thug said Street, you know what I'm saying, got slumped by the police. The autopsy came back, Street was slumped. Now, he's speaking in code when he's saying Street, because a lot of people don't know that Young Scooter's nickname was Street. So that's why it didn't make sense to a lot of people. And so he's saying Street really got slumped by the police. And, you know, he's accusing the police of doing something to Scooter, basically, and being involved in that. And the DA's office is looking at this like a disregard for the law, and it could cause issues for the Atlanta Police Department. You know what I'm saying? It could cause people to be upset. And, you know, they're saying it's not safe. They're calling him like a civil nuisance or something. You know, like basically he's a, you know, he can get people wound up with his position. So he just can't help himself but to speak out. He's speaking out for justice and what he believes is justice. You know, Young Thug's on social media. So I think what he's going to have to do is, you know, with him, it's not so clear if he's going to get his probation revoked. He'll probably have to go back in maybe and talk to them. They might have a couple hearings, and he'll be able to defend himself most likely. He'll have to get his lawyer on it, because I know the easiest way out of that is to say he didn't write that stuff. He's going to have to say, like, somebody, you know what I'm saying, pay somebody from his crew to take the blame. And say that, you know, have somebody from his crew say something like, yeah, they was in charge of his account, you know, or they have access to his account, and they was the ones writing that. You know what I'm saying? That's the easiest way out, is for him to say he had no knowledge of that, you know what I'm saying, being put up or posted. You know, he didn't do that. He could try to get his way out of that jam by saying something like that. You know, or don't even put it on nobody to say he didn't write that. You know, how you gonna prove he wrote that if more people are managing his account? But somebody's gonna have to speak up, most likely, and take the blame for it then, if that's the direction he's trying to go. But, you know, freedom of speech. So what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I guess when you're on probation, you don't have as many rights as a civilian. You know what I'm saying? When you're on probation, you know, people be thinking that they still have all their rights, but they really don't. You know what I'm saying? They can get raided easier. They can get, you know, all types of stuff. You can't really, you know, that's why they're saying you can do this. You can't do this. You can't do that. They tell you what you can and can't do, basically. You know what I'm saying? So that should tell him that he's not free. He's not a free person just because he's out of jail. They just removed him out of jail, but he's still, in a way, a prisoner. You know what I'm saying? He's still in the system. He's still on probation. So that means that, you know, they telling you what you can and can't do. You can't light up nothing. You know what I'm saying? No substances, no, you know, certain things you can't do, like that a normal free person can do. So Young Thug got to come to that realization that, you know, they be feeling like, oh, they out of jail. They be thinking they free. They got all their rights. No, they don't. You know what I'm saying? They got to watch what they say. You know what I'm saying? If he's a civilian, he'd be able to say that stuff with no problem. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't like it, but he would be able to say what he wants. But, you know what I'm saying? With his position, he got to play by their rules. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm going to keep y'all updated. But just to end this all off, I mean, look, I mean, it's a target for rappers in Atlanta. And we're seeing that, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing that Atlanta might not be the place to be, you know what I'm saying, if you're a rapper. Just like New York was cracking down on a lot of their rappers, you know, with the hip-hop police. It's like anywhere that hip-hop is taking off, they try to, like, crack down on it because they say it's a street. You know, they're mixing street with the music. You know what I'm saying? That's what they trying to say. They mixing street activity with the music business. So the police looking at that like, okay, well, we're going to keep an eye on all these labels. So they're trying to keep rap down, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to keep rap down. We saw what happened with Chicago rap. I mean, they took out all the kingpins of Chicago rap. Little Durk, King Von, FBG Duck, all gone. You know what I'm saying? All either unalived or in jail. You know what I'm saying? These were the top hitters out of Chicago, you know, the ones making all the noise. So it's like every city we're seeing where rap is taking off and it's street orientated or it's street music orientated, trap, drill, whatever like that. it's like we see it's like it don't last long. It don't seem like it don't last long because there's such a target on this music, and I don't know if it's fair or not. Really, I mean, it just seems like they got to move smarter too. You can't just blame everything on the system. Maybe it's time to for these rappers that made it out the streets to, take responsibility and make sure they're not in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Stay out the way. Make sure you're doing everything by the book, and you know what I'm saying? Stay out of trouble and move around smarter. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's about it, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This has been Rap Hits. Hey, look, let's get 100 likes on this video. Also, let's see, make sure you subscribe and follow Rap Hits on social media. And let me see. Yeah, that's about it, y'all. I'm out.